Hello everyone, welcome back to FED Learning. This video continues our TypeScript series, so make sure to check out the previous video for a better understanding of this content. And if you are new to my channel, then I invite you to subscribe to FED Learning and stay updated on my latest content. Now let's proceed to the next fundamental concept of TypeScript, that is basic data types. Under this, first we will see what is type annotations. TypeScript uses type annotations to specify explicit types for identifiers such as variables, functions, objects, etc. This explicit type is a type assignment in TypeScript. When creating a variable, there are two main ways TypeScript assigns a type. Like I'll show you with an example. I'll comment this previous code and here. The first way to assign type, that is let fname of type string equals to John. This is called as explicit type. In this example, we are assigning the type explicitly. That is why this example comes under explicit type. Next is implicit. So here I've named 2. I'll remove this type and instead of John, I'll write Bob. So in this example, we didn't assign a type, so it comes under implicit type. And in this implicit type, compiler will assign the type as per our assigned value. So we have assigned the string value. So compiler will consider the fname2 is a string type value. It means we can say implicit assignment forces TypeScript to infer the value. So this explicit type assignment are easier to read and more intentional, and this implicit type of assignment are shorter, faster to type, and often used when developing and testing. Okay, so coming back to type annotation. So it means type annotations are used to enforce type checking. It is not mandatory in TypeScript to use type annotations. However, type annotations helps the compiler in checking types and helps avoid errors dealing with data types. So here we can understand type annotation with these 3 examples. One is simple variable, second is with function, and third is with object. You can see in this example, age is a variable, and here we are assigning type explicitly as a number. And in the second example, here is a display function, and we are passing 2 parameters. One is ID and another is name. And here also we have added the type explicitly, ID as a number and name as a string. And in the third example, this is the object. And inside this curly braces, we are passing the properties like ID as a number and name as a string. And then we are assigning the value to the same object, that is employee equals to ID equals to number 100 and name equals to string with name John. So here inside employee, we can't pass the value as a string to this ID. Similarly, we can't pass the boolean or numeric value to this name. We have to pass the string value to this name and we have to pass the number value to ID because we have given the data types to this ID and name is number and string. So it means once an identifier is annotated with a type, it can be used as that type only. If the identifier is used as a different type, the TypeScript compiler will throw an error. Okay. Next, we will see the data types. What are the basic data types available in TypeScript? When you create a variable, you are planning to give it a value. But what kind of value it can hold, that depends on a variable's data type. So the first data type is any. Any is a special data type. Also, we can say any is a super data type of all data types. If a variable is declared with any data type, then any type of value can be assigned to that variable. Let's understand this with an example. So here what I'll do, I'll create new file with name datatypes.ts. And here I'll declare one variable let first of type any equals to 1, 2, 3. Okay. It means with this any data type, we can assign any value to that variable. Like if I want to assign the string value to the same variable, then I can assign that value. Like Bob, we are not getting any error. Similarly, we can assign the boolean value to the same variable. True. We are not getting any error. Okay. And if I log the first variable and you can see the value, it will change. Okay. Save the changes. And here compile this project in watch mode with command tsc hyphen hyphen watch. And you can see the compilation in watch mode. And also you can see the data types.js file is generated. Okay, I'll open the another terminal and here I'll run this file with command node space data types. And you can see the output 1, 2, 3, then Bob, then true. It means we can assign the different types of data to the any type variable. I'll open the PPT again. And here you can see built-in data types and user-defined data types comes under any data type because the any data type is a super type of all data types. So now, what is built-in data types? Built-in data types are also called as primary or primitive data types. And built-in data types are those data types that can be directly used by the programmer to declare and store different variables in a program. And built-in data types include number, string, boolean, null, undefined, etc. Whereas apart from this built-in data types, user can also define its own data types that is called as user-defined data types. And that includes enumerations, means enums, array, tuples, classes, interface, and functions. Now first, let's see what are the data types comes under built-in data types. So here you can see first is a number data type. It represents a numeric values. Next, string is used to represent a sequence of character. Boolean represents true and false value. Next data type is void, used on function return types. Null is used when an object does not have any value. Undefined denotes value given to uninitialized variable. Next, symbol, it represents a unique constant value. And last data type is never, that represents value that never occur. So now let's understand all these data types with an example. So I'll go inside Visual Studio Code and here we will write the examples. This is the example of any data type. So I'll write here comment any type. Okay. And now we will see the number data type. Okay. So the number data type can store the integer, floating point, binary, decimal, hexadecimal number, etc. So now we'll see the example of each numbers. First we'll see with integer. Let first of type number equals to integer value like anything. Okay. So next we will see second, and this time I am assigning the float number like 123 dot 123. So we can assign integer value, we can assign the float value. Third, we can assign the binary value with the same data type, that is number. So here I'll add binary number 0 B100. The binary number uses a leading 0 followed by a lowercase or uppercase letter B, and the digit after B must be 0 or 1. It means we can also assign like this capital B, and here instead of 1 we can assign 0 1 0 like that. It means the binary number will start with 0 followed by letter B and followed by digit 0 or 1. You can provide 0 or 1, after that any number. Okay. Next we will see the example of octal and how to provide the octal number. An octal number uses a leading 0 followed by the letter O, and after this letter O, we can add any number between 0 to 7. Like I'll add 1 and then I'll add 0. Okay. So it also start with 0, after that letter O, and after that we have to add number between 0 to 7 and then any number as per the requirement. So this is the example of octal number. And next we will see the example of hexadecimal. And here hexadecimal number also leading a 0 followed by a lowercase or uppercase letter x, and the digit after the 0x must be in the range of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, F. Okay, I'll comment this. It means the digit after 0x must be in the range of this. So here I'll add letter A. So it means we can assign the number data type with integer number, with float number, with binary number, with octal number, as well as with hexadecimal number. If you want, you can see the output by adding log first, and I'll copy this log and paste it after each statement. Okay, so we have written this binary twice. So I'll comment this, and now I'll run this file with command node data types. So here you can see the output. First is 123. This is number. Second is float number 123.123. Third is binary number 0B100. It means 4. And fourth is octal number 0010. It means 8. And last is hexadecimal 0xa means 10. If I change it to B and save the changes and rerun the file, you can see this is 11. With 0xb, output is 11. Okay, so this is all about the number data type. Okay, so I'll comment this code, and here we will write the examples of string data type. So the string data type is used to store the text value, and we can define a string using 3 ways. So here I'll create one variable with first way of type string equals to, I'll assign value with single quote, FAD learning. And the second way is I'll copy the same example, and here I'll edit the variable name. This is second way. So we can provide the value of the second way variable with double quotes, welcome. So this is the second way of declaring string variable. Okay, here I'll close everything and I'll increase the font. And now I'll write the third variable with third way. And here we can provide the value inside back. So here I'll use dollar symbol, and inside curly bracket I'll provide the variable name. So first I'll provide second way, and then I want to add one letter, that is 2, and then I'll add the first way. So it means we can combine the variable of type string inside the another variable of type string with back. Okay, now save the changes and I'll log this variable. Okay, copy, paste. I'll log this first way, second way, and third way. Okay, save the changes and now open the terminal. Here we will rerun this application with node space file name. And here you can see the output. The output of first way is FAD learning. Output of second way is welcome. And output of third way using back is welcome to FAD learning. So here I'll repeat. This first way string is created using a single quote, and the second way string is created using the double quotes, and the third way string is created using backquotes. So this is how we can create this string variable with these 3 ways. I'll comment this code, and now let's understand the next data type, that is boolean. Okay, this is same like JavaScript. Boolean type has 2 values, true and false. let me create the variable let is valid of type boolean equals to true. So here the is valid is a variable of a boolean type which contains the true value. And one more thing here, the boolean with capital B is different from the lowercase boolean type. The uppercase boolean is an object type, whereas lowercase boolean is an primitive type. I log this is valid variable and save the changes. Open the terminal, rerun the file, and you can see the output true. And if you not assigned any value, then you can see the output undefined because you declare the variable but didn't assign any value to that variable. Then compiler by default assign the undefined value to that variable. Okay, then I'll comment this and now we'll move to the next data type, that is null. Okay, it is used when an object does not have any value. Let me create one variable with null data type. I'll create null variable with name empty of type null equals to null. So here the empty variable contains the null value. If I log this, you can see the output is null. So you can use this null data type if you want any object empty. Now let's move to the next data type, that is undefined. As I already told you, when a variable is declared but is not initialized, it contains the undefined value. For example, if here I'm declaring one variable, undefined variable, and I'm not assigning any value, not providing any data type. And once I log this variable, you can see the output undefined. So we have seen this many times. Okay. Next data type is void. Void data type is used where there is no data. For example, if a function does not return any value, then we can specify void as a return type. For example, we can write function in TypeScript with name function, and I'll give the name display with type void, and inside curly bracket I'll log any message like example of void. Okay, so here we have used void data type with display function. It means that do not return any value from the function. And we don't use void with variable. Instead of that, we can use null or undefined. So we can use void with function. Next data type is symbol. So the symbol is also a primitive data type which is mostly used to create unique values. For example, if you want to create any unique value, then we can use the const keyword. I'll write the variable name unique equals to symbol and use the symbol as a property key in an object. Like we have to use the symbol with this round bracket. With the help of symbol data type, we can provide the unique value. Next data type is never. The never data type is a type that holds no value. It is like an empty set. Let me create one variable with never data type. I'll write the variable name no value of type never. So this is how we can create the variable with never data type. And here, if you assign any value to the never data type, then it will throw an error. So here you can see type string is not assigned to a type never. You can't assign any value to the never data type like string, number, boolean. No. Since a never data type does not hold any value, you cannot assign a value to the variable with never type. So here the never data type variable does not hold any value. Then what is the purpose of this never type in TypeScript? And the answer is the never type can help us to avoid errors by making it clear that certain values or expressions are unreachable. Okay, so this is all about the built-in data types in TypeScript. And now I want to show you one more type, that is union. This is not a built-in type, but in TypeScript we can combine one or two different types of data like number, string, boolean, etc. in a single type, which is called as union type. So here I'll write example. Let union value of type, here I'll not use union word, but here I want to use type number as well as string as well as boolean to this variable. It means I can store the number, string and boolean value to this union value variable. So here you can see union value equals to, now I want to store the number value, and here I log this union value. After that I want to store the string value, union type, and then again I log this string value, and last I want to store the boolean value, that is false, and again I'll log the same union value. Okay, so now I'll save the changes and rerun this file, and you can see the output. The union variable can store the integer value like 666, and then we stored the string value, that is union type, and then we stored the boolean value, that is false. But here you can see, if I delete this boolean data type from this variable declaration, you can see we are getting error. We cannot store the boolean value to this union value variable. And you can see the error, type boolean is not signable to type string or number. So it means a union value describes a value that can be one of several types, and we can use the vertical bar to separate each type. In this example, the number, string, and boolean is the type of value that can be a number or a string or a boolean. We can't store the value inside union value variable apart from this data type. Okay, so that's it for this video. In the next video, we will see the user defined data types with an example. Thank you. Bye bye.